And joining me in the studio is Kurt Wee, President of the Association of Small and Medium Enterprises. Kurt, thanks for joining us. Give us a brief overview of what the last year has been for SMEs and the outlook.
Well, I think the last year has been quite trying for the SMEs. They've been struggling with increase in manpower costs, the business costs, general environment, and they're experiencing falling margins. So they are trying to cope in adopting productivity measures, which the government has been rolling out some helps. I think that whole process is still in transition and will continue to be transition for the next 18 months.
Okay, yeah. Speaking of productivity, yes, that is a key issue to improve productivity, yes. And there has been some help in terms of the productivity and innovation credit scheme. Yes. Now, are you expecting more in this budget? Well,
there's been a lot of calls for PIC to be extended, given in the first year the take-up rate was lower than the second year, and the community is asking for government to consider extending the PIC scheme because it's been very helpful. It's a very broad-based scheme that benefits a lot of SMEs. So we hope that there will also be some loosening of some of the definition of some of the categories, like intellectual property defrayment, and we hope that some of those can be more broad-based, rather than being just limited to patents, for example.
Okay. Yeah. Now, another stumbling block is the lack of adequate funding. What do you hope to see?
Well, if you look at the bank's non-performing loan ratios, they are quite low in Singapore. And there is a need at the same time for businesses to expand and get more breadth locally and regionally. So we're hoping that the government can consider some kind of pilot financing with the banks to give the SMEs more equity financing. Typically, they can get business, equipment, even industrial building financing. And when it comes to equity financing to do acquisitions, it's a little bit less heard of, a bit more limited. And a lot of SMEs, they may be making money, but they're also at full leverage as far as their personal commitments are concerned. So I think there's some room to allow them to take on a bit more debt and expand regionally, especially in the regional countries.
Okay. One way that the government tries to help is to create a more pro-business environment.
Yes.
Cutting down red tape is one.
Yeah.
How do you feel about compliance process so far?
Unfortunately, on the ground, the sense is that compliance cost is increasing. And with the manpower tightening measures, there's also increase in compliance costs on the manpower side. We expect that ACRA is probably going to increase compliance expectations on finance and submission. So, there are also a long list of fees and this fee and that fee to pay for when you do business in Singapore. So besides manpower and rent, businesses are saying that they're experiencing higher compliance costs. I think this is an area which, if we look at simplifying and reducing the load on businesses, it would be very welcome.
Okay. Yeah. And of course, one of the the major bugbears, labour.
Yes.
Right. What do you hope to expect to see this year?
Well, there's a no U-turn policy on the relaxation of, or no relaxation on the ease of foreign labour as far as the government is concerned. So I think what we can do is to give the SMEs more help in helping them to hire local labour and retain local labour. I think this is one area which there's a lot of room that we can help in the SMEs.
Okay, yeah. Any ideas of how that help should come about?
Well, at SME, we have the SME Talent Program that helps SMEs to hire local graduates. We've got the Max Talent Programs that help to feed the PMEs into the job market scene. I think we have to try to change the culture a little bit to tell the workforce in general that they can benefit extensively by working for an SME. They can learn a lot more, have a much broader skill set developed within an SME. And if we can foster that cultural change, improve on that, help the SMEs retain their labour better, get more stickiness between PMEs, young employees and SMEs, I think that will go to helping in stabilizing the hiring and the workforce environment in the ecosystem.
All right, Kurt, thanks for sharing, and let's hope the coming budget will have some of your dreams fulfilled.
Sure, thank you.
Kurt Wee, President of SME, on the industry's hopes for the upcoming budget.